Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They are greatly appreciated. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs. So it is I speak in broad terms. It's a broad spectrum reading, so I speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You're not on your path or anything like that. It just may not be your reading today. It's originally created for Monday, the 22nd of May, but it's not necessarily set for that date. In other words, if this shows up in your feed on a different date, but you're watching it and it makes sense to a situation or relationship or the way you're feeling, by all means utilize the reading when you find it rather than when it was originally created for. I believe readings can be timeless and find us when we need them rather than when they were created for. So keep an open mind in regards to that. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel. What decks I'm using in the reading, and how to follow me on social media. If you want to book a private reading, you can reach out to me either at my Instagram page or on my Facebook business page. Know that I will never reach out to you to sell you a reading, so if anybody reaches out to you and tries to say that they're me, it's not me. You have to initiate the conversation about that. Other things in the drop-down menu are simple ways to support the channel. I greatly appreciate when people hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know that they're enjoying the messages and the readings are resonating for them. You can also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time a new video goes up. I do daily videos, so you'll get notifications on that. Sharing the video out helps. Sharing it on your social media feeds, sending it to your friends if you think that they would enjoy it, that helps. And then the last thing is leaving me a question or comment. I love it when people comment. I do read them all. And so, if you have a question about a reading or if a reading really hit home, let me know, because it makes me feel, sometimes I feel like I'm just talking out into the ethers, because I'm looking at a big collective energy. So the comments help me understand that, okay, this is serving a purpose. It is doing its job. So I do appreciate questions and comments. If you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in the reading, I'm usually referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is for the week. It's a series of cards that we pull on Sunday so that we can kind of look at the undercurrent of the week, what sort of the themes are, what's going on in the background, and then the dailies are kind of what energies are available to us or that we need to be aware of to maximize or get the most use out of, or to avoid altogether if it's something we don't want to see or deal with. So you can find that weekly video at the end of this video in the lower left hand corner. Alright, so let's get into this and see what the card Spirit wants us to know. So our card for the day, oh wow, Two of Cups. Wow. The reason why I say wow, I mean, my regular viewers might already know this, but the underpinning this today from the Sunday reading, which was filmed yesterday, is the Ace of Cups, right? And this is this emotional renewal, rebirth, right, of the emotions. Starting off the week positively, feeling, where we're most inspired, where the truth of our emotions lie. The Two of Cups to me is often, it's obviously like a romantic card. I find it to be often more, excuse me, I just ate half a burrito, so if I burp, I'm sorry. I find it to be more romantic than the lovers even, right? It's these two people kind of coming together in union, and then the catechist, that swirling serpent with the lion, with the winged lion, is a symbol of healing, right? Sometimes this can be, if we're looking at it just from ourselves, like those of you that are single or you don't have anybody in your life and you're like, no, I'm not in a love relationship. This can be about healing and coming to terms within the self, right? Emotionally, believing in oneself, honoring oneself. this can also be about honoring the relationships in our life or seeing the people around us, whether it be friends, co-workers that we care about, family members, even romantic partners. This is about deepening those bonds, right? And understanding the healing nature that comes from those bonds, honoring those connections in such a profound way that it brings about healing, more light, more joy, more opportunity within our relationships, either to the self or to outside parties. So I love seeing this here because because it is underpinned by the Ace of Cups. To me, it feels like there could be a turnover happening, on this day in our relationships, however those relationships manifest for you, or whatever relationships you're dealing with. There may be a newfound appreciation with our relationships, even including the relationship to the self. If you're a total homebody like me, maybe you don't interact with a lot of people like me, then it could be just finding that emotional harmony and acceptance within the self that brings about a sense of healing, right? So I really love that this is the card for the day, because to me, this also kind of reaffirms the Ace of Cups from yesterday that underpins for the early part of the week, is this kind of connection to our emotions, how we feel, and healing that, honoring that, staring at, these two are looking at each other in their eyes, like truly seeing and validating one another. And I think that whether we're doing that with an outside person or with ourselves, that can be extremely powerful, and it can bring about an extreme healing just through the validation of letting someone be who they are and appreciating them where they're at. And I think with that Ace of Cups underpinning this, there's an abundance of opportunity and energy, emotional energy, for us to renew our vision of a relationship, or how we interact with the people in our lives that we care about, or how we honor and see ourselves, right? So I really like that this is happening for the early part of the week, and it also kind of ties into this Empress that's coming at the end of the weekend Sunday. So some of you, this could be both. It could be you honoring the outside relationships and also honoring yourself. Because when we sort of graduate to that Empress energy, this is sort of the beginnings of that, right? Connecting into our emotions, how we feel, how we care. Are we, validating ourselves in such a way that it brings about this healing that allows us to step into, I think we saw the Queen of Swords, in the middle of the week, and then going to the Empress, right? So it's like a graduation of owning our power through first honoring our emotions and our connection to self. Let's go to the Untamed Elemental Oracle card. Ooh, interesting. On the theme of Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, we have Seashell. The first thing that I notice right out of the gate is we have this sort of, these two kind of staring at each other, kind of mirroring each other, bringing about this healing. We have this seashell up here, but also this design down here makes me feel like it's sort of similarly mirroring one another, if that makes sense. And so, to me, seashells are delicate, and oftentimes intricate and beautiful. And I feel like with the Two of Cups here underpinned by the Ace of Cups, we may want to look at our relationships or how we operate within our relationships. Let them open up, unfold, honoring the beauty, the delicacy of them, right? And allowing them to mirror back to us who we are, what we're about, how it's almost like how we operate in our relationships should show us who we are as people, and help us to understand the beauty of that, the grace of that. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting with Seashell. Let me read Seashell to you. And it's Seashell better be water, damn it. If it's not water, I'm gonna have a conniption. Although I don't know what a conniption is. Alright, let's read Seashell's story. Spiritual growth. I love it because we have the Two of Cups here and the Ace of Cups underpinning. This is about honoring the spirit through our emotional body. Spiritual growth. Her nautical structure is immaculate. She is an evolutionary protector of life. Seashell is born with precision, forged to embody robust stability. Carried by waves and tides, she is a guardian of life, promoting harmonious tranquility and the sincere, courageous benevolence of spiritual growth. She is definite and unparalleled. Seashell is an auspicious insignia of your unfolding evolution and validates that you are on a path of true spiritual development. Spirit enlists Seashell's immaculate design and ability to weather myriad conditions as a metaphor, asking that you recognize all things as coming from the same source of intelligence that generates, organizes, and dissolves the entirety of life in this universe. If you choose it to be so, every loss, mistake, fear, pleasure, and reckoning are in service to your self-realization. So, like I said, this Two of Cups can be just us connecting more deeply emotionally to our own feelings, and honoring that and bringing about that healing. At this point in your evolution, it is impossible for you to leave the path. With that in mind, why not enjoy the full, beautiful evolutionary experiment? Rest in the unshakable truth that you are traveling upward on a golden spiral and there's no going back. What? Wait, excuse me, golden spiral? With the catechist? Wild. Okay. The balanced version is embracing unmitigated growth. Imbalanced version is only accepting certain preferred circumstances as being spiritual. To bring into balance, give yourself permission to enjoy and embrace all of life. So I feel like even maybe if our relationships aren't going great right now, or some of you might feel troubled by them, I think that between the Ace of Cups and this Two of Cups and kind of the mirroring image that I feel like is happening there with Seashell is that we get out what we put in, how we view something, how we honor something, how we see something, or even how we see ourselves. We kind of draw back into us, right? So I think that there's an opportunity here because the Ace of Cups, it also symbolizes renewal. There's this opportunity to like overhaul, renew, inventory our relationships, and then honor them from a more beautiful place. The oracle card for the week, remember, is Moon, and Moon's word was devotion. And there's definite devotion in the Two of Cups. There's definite a sort of an appreciation or stopping and taking a moment to truly see somebody or allow them to be who they are, and holding space for that and appreciating that, right? So this is really beautiful. Let's go to the clarifiers really quick. We have the Six of Swords, the Lovers, and Judgment. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have two angels on the board, guys. Okay, sixes are about balance, bringing things back into balance. And the Six of Swords is about balancing the mind, how we communicate our thoughts even, right? I think that there could be clearer communication coming through the Six of Swords within our relationships. This is a relationship reading, I believe, to be honest. Only because we see both the Two of Cups and the Lovers card here. The Lovers is oftentimes about making a choice. It's Gemini energy, right? We saw a lot of, I think, Libra energy yesterday between the Empress. We had the Queen of Swords, and we also had Justice. So there was a lot of air energy in the Sunday reading too. It was about kind of clearing essentially kind of the way I view it is it's about clearing up our thoughts and what we communicate and being more precise with it so that we can create the sort of future that we want. And when I look at this is about healing, first and foremost, the relationship to the self, but also maybe very much so healing relationships with people outside of ourselves, honoring those relationships. Judgment is about, first off, it's Scorpio energy, which pairs nicely with the Two and the Ace of Cups and Seashell because it's a water sign. But it's also, Judgment is about answering the call, rising up to meet whatever the situation or relationship requires of us. And also being spiritually lifted, watched over, called in a way to maybe come to this place of peace, to make a decision to sort of turn our boat towards calmer waters or towards a more clearer mindset, towards a more loving, compassionate space. and understand that everything that we do within our relationships, even if they're sort of frustrating or challenging at times, is spiritual, right? That's the seashell influence. It's like, it's all sort of, it all serves a purpose to a certain degree. I love that we have these two angels here. And with the Two of Cups, it's funny. It's like, I don't know why, but I feel like the two angels are falling in love. This could be, let's just say this, for those of you that aren't in love, this could be a really good day to start to create love for yourself, either within yourself, or you could find that if you are in some sort of a situation right now, a situationship as they call it, you might find there's an opportunity here to deepen it. That's sort of the call of judgment and Archangel Gabriel, is he's sort of calling you up to do the higher spiritual, more compassionate thing that brings about the healing that we see in the Two of Cups, making the choice in the Lovers to, Gemini is air energy too, the Lovers. So it's this idea of like aligning our heart with our mind, and then not being fearful of maybe being vulnerable. That's kind of the delicacy that I was seeing in Seashell, because they can crack and break. But as Seashell's story is that they ride out through a myriad of harsh conditions, but they also are carried by the tides and things like that. And so, to me, these angels can be like the tides, like trusting in spirit, devoting ourselves to whatever it is that we want, that we desire, that we emotionally feel drawn towards, and then clearing our mind away of the fears or the worries about, will I have this? Can I have this? What if they do this? It's not about that today. The Six of Swords is about, no, we're going to like just keep our thoughts in balance, communicate clearly, communicate from a place of love and compassion, and potentially deepen our relationships either to the self or people outside of us. And that in and of itself brings about this beautiful healing that we deserve, to be honest. And so spirit is all over this, as far as I'm concerned, with the two angels being there. This is definitely a day to look at our relationships and those that we care about, and how to maybe, if some of you are in tough situations relationship wise with a particular person, this could be a turnaround day for you, depending on how you communicate and what you communicate. But with the Six of Swords here, I feel like whatever that is communicated, or however you communicate it, it's going to be done well. It's going to be done balanced and beautifully, and hopefully guided by not just spirit, but your own higher self, right? Listening to that voice and answering that call that comes from within. Now, let me get the grounding stone. And just a reminder, the grounding stone that underpins all of this this week is strength. So, not that I feel like we need strength for this day or these cards, but we have the strength to sort of rise to this occasion. We have the strength to allow ourselves to be seen and to see and honor others, right? Even if it feels a little bit vulnerable. It's kind of like Seashell needs to open up and let the pearl come out, so to speak. Here is the grounding stone. This is what you are to sort of ground in for the day. The word is enjoy. So enjoy the experience of whatever this is and how it manifests in your life for this day. Enjoy the magnitude of being able to be seen and see others for who they truly are, and to honor that, to hold space for them, to validate them wherever they're at, and appreciate them wherever they're at. Or put all of that on yourself, like appreciating yourself wherever you're at. And holding space for your own self is a very powerful healing opportunity. I do think that this is definitely a day to communicate things from our heart, to trust that we can bring our heart and our mind into balance to do so, and to enjoy the experience. Don't fear it. Don't be worried about the choice or the call of rising up and doing the thing that you may not think you're capable of doing, if that makes sense, because you are. That's the strength stone that underpins all of this. So relax and think about how you feel and align your thoughts with your feelings, and then move forward in your relationships and see what transpires and transforms from there. I hope that makes sense, you guys. This is a really wonderful reading. Crazy, crazy wonderful reading. All right, so please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave me a question or comment. Share the video out. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your day and take care. Bye-bye.